Good morning, Sand Springs. We hope that you guys are having a great day today. We are also just so thankful that you've chosen to join us on our live stream. And wherever you are, just know that we love you from near and afar. And we are just so excited for what God's going to do today. I just stepped out of our first service to come share a testimony with y'all, and the Holy Spirit is already moving. So I know that in our second service that you guys are going to feel the Lord's presence, because it is definitely just on fire this morning. So I'm so excited. First of all, I'm Taylor Bailey. If you're new to our live stream or if you're new to our church, I am a member here. I've been here for almost 4 years, which is crazy to believe. Time has just flown by. But I am just so thankful for this church and what it's done for our family, and how it's just continuing to ignite my faith in the Lord and just to be surrounded by people who love Jesus so much. So yeah, that's who I am. I want to share a quick testimony of something really cool that happened this week. I had a coworker call me on the first day of school, on Wednesday, which you guys all know, it's just pandemonium, especially when you're a teacher or you're working in the school, like getting your own kids dropped off and then also getting to where you need to be. It's just craziness. And so I was on my way to my campus and I get a phone call from a friend who is also in the school system. And I'm like, this is really weird. Like, why is she calling me? But I'm going to answer this because maybe something's wrong. And so I answered the phone and I can tell her voice is shaking, and something is wrong. And so she starts telling me that she's getting ready for work and she gets a knock on her bathroom door. And it's her 28-year-old son who lives next door to her. And he comes knocking on her door and he's saying, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go to the hospital. And she's like, okay, well, let me get dressed really quick. So she gets dressed. She goes to find where he's at, and he's in his room. He's laying on the floor. And she's like, what is wrong? And he's like, I just need to get to the hospital. And so while she's telling me this, my husband is a nurse. And I immediately thought, I wonder if she's taking him to the hospital that my husband's at. And so anyways, I kind of pushed that to the side because I'm still listening to her story. And she tells me that she gets him to the hospital, and long story short, he had been drinking a lot the night before and was also having suicidal thoughts. And when she was telling me this, I could just tell that her heart was just so broken and just so worried. But she said, Taylor, I've got to tell you something really cool. And I knew when she told me this, she said, this guy came in our room and he starts telling my son about Jesus and starts telling him like, hey man, I've been where you've been. I've been, addicted to things that I shouldn't have been, and I've done things that I shouldn't have done, but there's forgiveness. And so he starts pouring into this guy, and my friend is like, this guy looks familiar. And so she goes on my Facebook and she finds that it's my husband. And right then we both just started bawling because we both knew that the Lord just orchestrated that whole morning. And so she just called me in tears and she was like, Taylor, like, God couldn't have set this up any other way. And she's like, my son is like telling your husband he loves him because just everything that he's saying to him is from the Lord, and it's like hitting deep where he needs it to hit. And it's just amazing. And so I was just so excited for her and just encouraged that no matter what happens, like, God is in control and he's going to take care of your children. So if you're a mom who's been praying for your child to be pulled from whatever they're in, just keep praying for them because those prayers are being heard. And the Lord knows your heart, and he knows your heart for your children, and he loves your children. He created them. And so just don't lose the faith in that, because I promise he's going before you and your kids. Something that was really cool that popped up in my Instagram, and I actually sent this to her, but I thought it would be really great for y'all. It's so powerful. And it's this quote that says, every detail of this day is under the mighty and able hand of God. His presence travels with you, has gone before you, and watches over you from behind. His angels are on your case. You walk in the power of the Holy Spirit, which means that you don't have to operate in your own strength or wisdom. Your source is greater, stronger, and more capable than anything or anyone you will face. You get to surrender the mental battle of trying to figure everything out because you know who holds the future and guides you in your present. When detours come, you get to remain steady and secure in the truth that His plans are greater than your own. Today, you get to take a deep breath of knowing that His covering is sufficient, His care is ever present, and His character is fail-proof. Oh, so good. So good. So I'm just praying that for you guys, that you would just remember that He's going before you and that He is fail-proof, so that whatever plans that you have, His are better and they're not going to fail. And so just, He's an amazing God and He loves you so much. Okay, well, I've got to end so that we can jump into second service. I love y'all, and I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.